Okay. So when you launch it, we're going to go to project. You're going to get this tab. You're going to go new avatar, dirt. And now it's creating the project for you. Some nice features such are things like gesture manager, easy quest fix or switch. Um, you can honestly add all of these. They're not going to be conflicting. The only one I wouldn't add is probably this, and then open your project. Um, it's asking if you want uh to blah 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 compatibility update them if necessary. No thanks. I don't really care. Um, typically before you migrate, you're gonna want to make a backup. But if you're starting a new project, it doesn't really matter. And now you pretty much proceed as usual. So like if you want to add in add your stuff when they say like import something, you're going to go to assets, import custom package. Then you're going to go to wherever you keep your packages. Right. So here we are, just uploading it. Typically, though, you want to make sure you have your shaders and stuff like that. So, for example, if you're using like Poyomi, you pull this in first because the prefabs, which may be jargon for you, they consist of references, and you need something that fulfills those references. Also, you should use the shader that is recommended with whatever avatar that you're running. For Godfall Prince, it's like 7.2.9 or some shit like that, and I'm just porting 8.1. Now, if your avatar is referencing Poyomi and you're thinking you're going to switch it to like a completely different shader, that completely different shader is going to have zero compatibility. Some shaders do have backwards compatibility because they reference the same shit half the time, unless they change their library or whatever. And then things might be a little bit weird. But typically for shaders, they make a base and they build off of it. And then sometimes they'll transition into a new base because of limitations. So here we go. We have 8.1 custom package. Oh. import. God, I forgot how big the Godfall avatar prints is. This is honestly going to have like 7 minutes of just straight up idle time. While we're waiting, I might as well point out some things. This right here is your hierarchy window. Of course, yours won't look like this. This is just the setup that I use. I like to have like my game animation particle animators here because I'll normally have it on game so I can watch things as I move it around in the scene and mess with the inspector and stuff like that. But as you can see right here, hierarchy, here's my SDK window. If you don't have it open, you're going to go here. And then when you select control panel, you'll get a window outside. You can just drag and drop it wherever. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to drag and drop it somewhere. You can just leave it as is. I'm not actually going to upload this. I'm just going to get you to the point where you can click the build. For your very first upload, I recommend doing something simple. If the avatar comes with a prefab, just go with the prefab. Also, a lot of avatars will come with instructions as well. Make sure you read those. There may be a lot of jargon. If there's some jargon, you can ask around. But generally, it's a very easy process. It'll say something like, step 1, upload SDK. If you're using the creator companion, it's there by default. It's automatically there. Then it'll say step 2, something like import this shader and this shader or this shader, blah, blah, blah. So that's why you saw I pulled in Pyomi, right? And then it'll say like, now import your avatar and then pull in this prefab into your hierarchy, which I'm going to be showing you next. And then you can hit build. Anything beyond that is something that you need to look a little bit more into, such as like how to create an animation, how to edit certain things, certain features. I'm not going to go over like the descriptor or anything in this video. I'm just trying to get it to the point where you can hit build, right? I'm not actually going to even get to that window per se. I'm going to get to what is called the login. And then I'll describe the window, of course. So here we go. We have prints right here. You can see these are pink because they're upset with the fact that I'm using Pyomi 8.1.5. Just going to drag them in. So you can see I clicked on this. This is what is known as a prefab. It will be labeled down here. And then you can see up here is my avatar. And here's all its assets. So this is the avatar, right? Once you get to this point, there's only a few things you need to do. One, here in this descriptor, you have to log in. Well, I'm not going to log in. You'll see like blueprint ID. Make sure it's detached. You'll see a button right here that'll say detached. Sometimes the pipeline manager will be underneath the VR descriptor. And if that's the case, you might have something that looks like this and you don't know where it's at. You have to scroll all the way down. Click here, make sure it's detached. The where the blueprint ID is at, it should be blank for your first upload. After that's cleared, You're going to log in. You're going to click on builder and you can do build. So that's the whole process of doing your upload from prefab to just straight in. If you see that window right there, that's your prefab scene. Just click on scenes. It'll take you back. If you're trying to move things around, you'll see this window. You can do right click on this, unpack prefab. So if I wanted to get rid of some stuff, like say I don't like his horns, you know, I don't like certain elements, I don't like these, I'll delete those. If I don't want that, I can delete this. Be mindful though, when you start deleting a lot of stuff, it can break certain functions, especially if they have dependencies. For example, if the belt for some reason is tied to this is just goofy sounding. Let's say the spider top was tied to the waist and it was parented for some reason, and then or the spider top was tied to the scarf belt, and then you delete the scarf belt. Well, now you're gonna have an issue with the component, right? It's gonna be like a missing parent, there's nothing there, blah 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 blah, and it can break animations. But for your very first upload, just make sure you drag in your prefab, detach the pipeline manager script, the blueprint ID, come over here, log in, click builder, and then you can build it. If you ever want to delete a avatar that you uploaded, you can do it through the website, or you can click on content manager and delete that way. I can actually open up my other project and show you. So to access your project, you simply go to projects, Makana, or click on your project, hit open. Now I can actually just show you the button and stuff. All right. So here's the avatar. Here's the detach button that I was talking about. So you would want to click that. And then here's the build option. I can do a quick build just to show you something. Just to show you the basics. Normally this game window is next to your scene window. So during the build, okay, you need to name your avatar and stuff. Sometimes this will be scaled in and it looks like this. You can't move it around or anything like that. So you scale it out, and then you're going to type in your name, like Silly Billy. You're going to make sure that you're not violating any of TOS. And this is where you mark that it's private. Read the use agreement of whatever you downloaded. Sometimes they'll say, hey, listen, you can only upload this as private. And if that author catches you with it on public, they may report you or some shit. I don't know. Or they'll blacklist you. I don't fucking know how people enforce that. And then you agree to the terms. If you ever want to move this camera for your upload. Say you want to or not create empty, my bad. Create 3D object cube. Unparent that. Oh, I actually can't even see it because I'm not even in play mode. Let's say you had something like a picture that you wanted to show or something like that, right? You would actually want to move this camera to the side. Oh, there it is. So you're going to see right here, when I move this right here, it's overlapping that one. So I'm going to clear out the rotation, move this over to the side, and then I'm going to scale this. Like this, and then move it some more. Okay. So here's the actual, the camera that's doing the upload of the photo. As you can see right here, here's the camera preview. And if you had like an image right here, you can just simply move the camera to the side. And then you could also move it back, up and down, whatever you need for that. As you can see, like a lot of other tools are right up here. Here's the move, here's the rotate, scale, yada, yada. So with that, you should be able to upload your first avatar, no problem. I do recommend that for your very first one, just stick to the basic one and then maybe make a duplicate project because you might break shit. And if you break shit, you might get upset with yourself, just to avoid the hassle. So if I hit this button again, it's just going to go ahead and upload it and it'll say upload complete. I'm just going to cancel that. And then you'll see right here in Content Manager, this is where it is. If you ever want to, let's say you detached your blueprint ID and you ever need it again. So as you can see right there, there's that blueprint ID. I can come up here and I could hit copy ID, paste it, attach. And that'll pull in that ID for you. But yep, there you go. That should be more than enough. The 18-minute video, but gives you all the information you need from pretty much start to finish for the basic shit.